Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Phillips, and welcome to this week's webisode. Just about every week, I bring in a new business to help share some tips and advice about their industry. And today, I have Daniel Porterfield. And Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Why don't you explain to everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Okay, my name is Daniel Porterfield. I'm operations manager for TEDS Electrical and HVAC. We provide 24/7 service and remodel and renovations for residential and commercial businesses. As I said, it is 24/7. So we have technicians on call around the clock.
Okay.
That's what we do.
All right. So, talking to you earlier off camera, I know that probably one of the biggest problems are people not changing their air filters. I guess heating and air conditioning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And why is it so important to do that?
Heating and air conditioning relies heavily on being able to breathe. So if your system can't breathe, just like you as an individual, if you can't breathe, you know it, you feel it, you struggle, and it'll wear you down. Same thing with the heating and air system. So it has to breathe, and that usually only 1 to 2 filters per house. It has a very limited space for the air to travel, so the system has to breathe optimally. If it doesn't, then it will raise your electric bill because your motors are working harder. It will clog up your coils on your air conditioning system and could cost a lot of service repair problems because the system can't work. So it fails ultimately, and all because of a clogged, $5 to $10 filter that should be changed or checked at least once a month. I recommend just putting it on your smartphone or something on your calendar as a reminder, just to remind you every 30 to 60 days to check your filter at least, because it does make a difference in your power bill, utility bills.
Yeah. I mean, I change mine pretty regularly, and I notice, especially in the summertime, we have dogs and you get shedding and, all the stuff that ends up in that filter just after 30 days.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pet hair and is a number one, especially if you have allergies or children with allergies or asthma. Changing that filter and using a quality filter, if you don't use some type of whole house filtration system, is great. Is a plus to make sure that it doesn't affect your allergies
Okay.
in the spring or when allergy season is the highest.
Okay. So let's talk about other ways you can kind of maybe save money. And I know you do electrical as well.
Yes.
So what about, there's this, I don't say craze, but maybe it's the in thing to do now, but these new LED lights, are they really saving money like they say they do?
Yes, they do. I mean, if you have one light fixture in your house and you just take out the bulb and put an LED in, probably not going to see a big difference on your power bill. But if you have multiple lights that you want to do, or starting in the mid 1990s, recessed can lights became huge. Right, people like the clean look, so incandescent, a $5 incandescent light bulb, you want 65 watts of light. You paid 65 watts of electricity to get that light output. Where now you can put an LED bulb in there that'll cost you $10, but it only uses 4 watts of electricity to provide that same amount of light. So huge savings if you have 15, 20, even 30. A typical 3,000 square foot house may have 40 to 50 recessed lights in it. Multiply that. It doesn't take but a minute to figure out, and the light's going to last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, the industry will say, but 10 to 15 years optimally. It will save you a lot of money if you're going to stay in that house.
Okay. So another thing that comes to my mind when it comes to just kind of like overall house maintenance is smoke detectors. How long do smoke detectors typically last?
Electrical smoke detectors, and I won't speak for a security system type smoke detectors, but electrical smoke detectors, which are required by the National Electrical Code, if you built your house after 1996, were required to have electrical smoke detector in every bedroom and outside of every bedroom with the battery backup. And that smoke detector itself, the industry says 7 years. I say 7 to 10 years. Most people in my industry will say 7 to 10 years. So if your house was built between 1995 and 2004, you should probably change or replace your smoke detectors, because if you hit the test button and it works, that doesn't mean it's going to work in an actual fire, because the sensors may not be working because they get dusty and dirty, and you paint your house over that time, and those residue gets in the smoke detectors, and it'll malfunction when you need it.
Yeah, because I mean, my thinking was, they should last forever because I've never had a fire. They're not being used, but in actuality, the sensors are working every day.
That's
They're
right.
plugged in.
Yes, they are, and in the event of a power outage, same way. So they're working double time. So if you have a power outage in the summer, or for whatever thunderstorms or major power outages, say you lose power for a day or two, then your smoke detectors are working solely on the battery, and it'll drain them immediately. I mean, it doesn't take long to drain a battery working in a smoke detector for 24 hours. So replace batteries every 6 months, no matter what. If they're working or not, still take them out, throw them in the trash. Don't, or recycle them, but don't reuse them. And just spend the money, buy new 9-volt batteries for your smoke detectors.